All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Achakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Real quick, just wanted to go into this video, all right, as I was meditating, all right, thinking about, Yahweh Shai, which I'm going to get that scripture too, concerning the moment before his crucifixion, okay, and I heard the Apostle Ramla mention it too, all right, concerning the anxiety, okay, and you got to keep in mind that, look, man, with the times that we're coming in, it's not only a physical fight and a fight of faith, but it's a fight of being mentally stable. You see, Isaiah 33:6. All right, let me see if it's back. Okay, I think we're back. Yeah, man, I don't know what happened. I think the thing just cut off. That's weird. It never does that. All right, but we just gonna keep going. Okay, so yeah, as I was going into Isaiah 33:6, concerning wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, because that word stability, going into firmness and faith, is what will keep you stable. It'll counteract that anxiety. All right, because oftentimes you have that anxiety can actually kill. You see, when they say somebody doesn't have the will to fight anymore, okay, they've basically lost the fight before they even throw a punch. All right, so if you have so much anxiety before getting into the ring, your muscle will get tensed. You know, you can't move right. You're nervous. You can't think straight because that anxiety is crippling you. All right, it's spreading fear throughout your whole spirit. All right, and what is that doing? That's crippling you. Okay, so what really you're supposed to do in that time, all right, is what? Meditate upon these scriptures, man. Okay, remember all the things the Lord has done and how he's delivered us countless times over and over and over again. Remember the words. That's why the scriptures say comfort one another with these words. All right, because what that's going to do is that's going to drive away the anxiety of waiting. All right, because hey, it even got to your house shot, man. Then that anxiety is demons that are trying to take that will to fight away from you before you even get to the fight. That's how people sell out. That's how people give in. That's how people betray others. You know, because one second they're ready, but the closer and closer they get, the louder and louder their heart beats. All right, the more scared they become. instead of remaining firm and steadfast in the faith. Okay, so that's why it's good to make sure you're spiritually firm, that you have an anchor. Okay, and that is what? That is your spirit. That is the things that you've built up, that faith. Okay, don't think about the oh, my head is gonna get chopped off, my face is gonna be on the news, I'm gonna be arrested. To hell with all that, man. Think about what it's just, you know what, just clear your mind. It's just Yahweh Shai, and yourself. All right, it's just you and Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and he's watching your every move. Okay, it's not what you see in front of you, it's not what's going on, because at the end of the day, they're controlling it all. All right, and every brother has it, every elect has their own individual path to walk. So as much as we are a group, we all have our own individual path to walk. All right, and the Lord has structured everything for you to have a specific path in the story. All right, and so when you feel that nerve, just remember that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is doing it all. All right, he's guiding your every move, and he's watching. He set everything up, and he's watching you. All right, Yahweh Shai are watching you like, okay, let's see how you make it in this scenario. When you think like that, it makes it easier. You become more calm, because you're like, all right, well, this may look like a life and death situation, but I understand that ultimately, even if I do have to put my life on the line, it's a test. Okay, and I'm trying to pass, because I know the Lord is watching how I'm going to react within this test. You know, when my life is on the line. Okay, so don't let the outside factors, because look, let me read the definition of anxiety. It says, anxiety is your body's natural response to stress. It's a feeling of fear or apprehension about what's to come. You see, about what's to come. So you're like, yo, they're gonna do this. That's why the scripture said, all right, that's why the Lord said this. Okay, Luke 21:15. Okay, because if you're not careful, all right, you might just lose the fight before you even get to throw a punch, because them demons, through that anxiety, through that anxiousness, all right, that instability of not knowing what's about to come, being nervous about it, they'll get you, man. That's why you gotta read what Yahweh Shai did when them demons came to him to test him. All right, because he started seeing that, the thorns, the crown, the cross, the nails, the whips. They started trying to get into his mind. What did he do? He prayed. All right, he prayed, man. So this is Luke 21:15. 14. Settle it therefore in your hearts not to meditate before what ye shall answer. Okay? Because it isn't going to be of us. Because when you start thinking like that, oh, damn, what am I going to say? But what if they ask me this? Yo, and what if they come to my job while I'm working? And the human mind can only see so far. All right? And it'll cause you to bug out. You'll be stressed. Whoa. Because where you don't see a possibility, the Lord sees infinite possibilities. So your mind is limited to what you know, what you've seen, what you're capable of imagining. All right. So if you're trying to settle in your heart, all right, what am I going to do when they say this? If they say this, it's not going to be of you. All right. The best way to really be is, you know what? I don't know what I'm going to do, but I do know that I'm going to leave my trust in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. So at that very moment, if I see a brick wall in front of me, the Lord can make it to where there's a door that just manifests in there and I can walk through. So I'm just going to wait till the time comes. All right. And what the Lord tells me to say, that's what I'm going to say. That kills the anxiety. The anxiety comes when you think, all right, you're thinking on a level of, all right, what am I going to do? It's not about what you're going to do. It's about what Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is going to do. Okay. That's a very key thing, man, because anxiety will drain, all right, all your faith that you've built up, man. Okay, from day one until right before the most important time, game day. That's why people freeze. That's why people have stage fright. They freeze up before the big day, man. They've practiced, rehearsed. They've done all these different things, and when it comes time to perform, they freeze up because they're overthinking it. They're getting stressed. Yo, the crowd, everybody's looking at me. My mom's in there. My professor's in there. My girl's in there. My friends are in there. What if I mess up? And then, boom, it starts getting you. You see, because like we read, is what your body's natural response to stress. The same way you shiver when you get cold, okay, or you cough when smoke is in your lungs, your body reacts to this usually by a feeling of what? Fear, all right, or apprehension of what's to come, all right, and that's why the Lord said what? Uh, uh, basically, boast not in tomorrow. Worry about today, because tomorrow is sufficient for itself. You don't know what the Lord is going to do tomorrow, all right, but you thinking about it is going to give you anxiety, okay, because you might think in a linear path, but the Lord might have it go exponential, all right, or quadratic in different ways, man. You don't know that, okay. So the best thing to do is to pray and keep your trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. This is Matthew 13 and 21. It's I started all right, verse 20. All right, this was the parable Yahweh Shai was given. It says Matthew 13 and 20, but he that received the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it. Yeah, yo, I believe this, yo, that's what's up. Yet hath he not root in himself. Okay. Hey, and sometimes the scary thing about that is you might not even notice, you know, you might not even notice that you don't have root in yourself. But dureth for a while, okay, for when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended. Now check this out. When you look into the word offended, all right, of course, offended, you know, we take it as like, you know, you offended me. Like, I feel a type of way because of what you said or what you did, you know. But then also it says what? To put a stumbling block or impediment in the way upon which another may trip and fall, metaphor to offend, to entice to sin, to cause to fall away. All right. We can apply this to anxiety, man, because anxiety, all right, them demons can use the feeling of anxiety, all right, to put a stumbling block or impediment in your way, which it will cause you to trip and fall. Okay, them demons will use anxiety to entice you to sin, to entice you to go off, to entice you to sell out, to entice you to betray your brother, because you are scared. And that is what ultimately you given into your flesh, because fear, all right, is a trait, all right, of the flesh. Okay, fear is a trait of the flesh. So if you give into anxiety and you give into fear, that is a weapon of them demons. Okay. And ultimately, what that's doing is allowing your flesh to overpower your spirit. Keep in mind, your flesh is weak. So if you put a weak vessel in the driver's seat, it's gonna kill both the weak and the strong. Okay, you have to have your spirit take control, man. All right, put your flesh in subjection. All right, and have your spirit take control. You see Yahweh Shai, after he had prayed, he knew what was coming. All right. But here's how dangerous anxiety can be, is that Yahweh Shai knew from the beginning. Yahweh Shai knew when he was in the spirit world that he was going to have to come down and have to be a sacrifice. Okay. He knew when he was selecting his disciples that he was going to be betrayed by one of them. He knew all these things. He knew what was going to happen afterwards. But even still, in that very moment, in the heat of the moment, the feel was different. Them demons still came. Them demons still try to get into his mind, you know? And we're talking about Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? Because why? He was in the body of man. Okay? He took on the form of man. And what is man subject to? We're subject to this flesh. Though Yahweh Shai never sinned, them demons still played his mind. They try to get to him. But what? We have to learn from the example of Yahweh Shai, because he didn't give in. Okay? He didn't give in, man. Them demons did left, right, all that, man. But what did he do? He prayed to the Father and said, look, it's not about me. Okay. If possible, can let this cup pass, but nonetheless, let thy will be done. That was the spirit. Okay. You know why? Because the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. But you know what Yahweh Shai did? He tapped into that spirit. He stayed locked into the spirit. All right. Nevertheless, let thy will be done. That is the spirit. Because what? My meat is to do the will of him that sent me. That is the spirit. Okay. The spirit that entered into that vessel created by Joseph and Mary was the spirit that had the mindset of, nevertheless, let thy will be done. And that was the same spirit that kicked in when them demons tried to get into his mind. You know, The flesh doesn't want to die. The flesh doesn't want to feel pain. Okay? That's why it gets weak. That's why it feels anxiety. That's why it feels hurt. That's why it feels fear. Okay? Imagine you're trying to walk, all right, and you're with somebody, and you guys see maybe a lion or something, and you know that it's not going to harm either of you. But the person there, maybe your woman or whatever, does not see it the same way you do. Right? Or maybe it's a child. So what do? They're so scared they grab to your arm. But they get even more scared that they wrap themselves around you. All right. Now they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. What are they doing? They're hindering you from moving. Okay. And I use that analogy as you being your spirit and whoever it is there being the flesh. Okay. The flesh sees what's ahead. The person there sees it, but because of their fear, they're gonna cripple you. All right. But if you have authority and you put your flesh in subjection under your spirit, you're not gonna be crippled by that. All right. You're not gonna let yourself get wrapped up by them because they're scared. All right. You're not gonna let your spirit go down because your body's scared. To hell with that. Okay. Yo, get off me, man. Either you walk and we go, or you just stay somewhere else, man. That is how you put your body in subjection, man. Okay, lest because of that fear and that body, both your spirit and your body get done away with. You don't want that. Okay, done away with, I don't mean get destroyed, because we know the spirit doesn't get destroyed. But I mean, you will throw away your chance, all right, of gaining that salvation. Okay, so like it says, when persecution ariseth, okay, you can look, man, that time comes when you'll feel it's normal to feel nervous. Okay, but how do you counteract that? With your spirit, all right, with the spiritual thoughts. Okay, so let me go back to the actual scripture. All right, it says okay, it says he hath not root in himself, but dureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended. Okay, and sometimes it might not necessarily be that, you know, he feels a type of way, all right, but it might be out of the anxiety which is causing that fear. Okay, and this is something we have to watch out for. Okay, because it's demons. These elites aren't working only on the physical side, trying to sign papers and legislations to throw you in jail. They're working on the spiritual left-hand side to send demons into your mind. All right, once they invade the mind, you've lost the fight. So this is what you have to protect, your spirit, man. Okay, you have to protect your mental, man, because that is what they're targeting. That's why they use psyop and boy, name just escaped me, man. Psychological warfare. All right, that's why they do those different tactics. All right, because it's easy. They can shoot your flesh, they can shoot your body, they can handcuff you, they can beat you. But what's going to keep you going is your mind. That's what Esau's trying to attack. Okay, so let's move on. All right, this is Mark chapter 14, verse 26. I'm going to run through this fairly quickly for lack of time. All right, 14 and 26. And when they had sung a hymn, they went out into the Mount of Olives. And Yahushua said unto them, all ye shall be offended because of me this night. For it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered. But hey, keep in mind that what did Paul say? Continue thou in the things which thou hast learned. Okay, continue. All right. When you first come into the truth, you learn, because you don't know where you're going. You don't know what's going on. All right. So you're sitting there learning. You're watching. Okay, and then soon you start crawling. Then soon you start walking, and soon you know now you see the path, because you have men, all right, that are set up to teach us, starting from the elders and apostles on down. Okay, they're set up to show us that path that we have to walk in. Once we're able to walk, what do? We continue walking in that path. Even if somebody in front of you, all right, moves on to the left or move on to the right, remember that before they did that, they told you no matter what happens, you keep going. If I fall off the path, don't follow me off the path. All right, because what you don't see is in front of me is Yahushua. Okay, he's not going to fall off. Okay, so if I fall off, know that I'm not going in his direction. So don't follow me. Okay, continue in what you've learned. All right. What that being fully persuaded in your mind, knowing what made you continue on this path, continue there, man. Okay. And anxiety is going to be like that demon on the sideline as you're going straight, trying to whisper to you. He won't touch you. He won't physically grab you and throw you off the path. But his job is to try and deceive you to where you fall off the path. Okay. See, them demons won't physically grab you and just throw you off the path. Their job, that's why they're intelligent. Their job is to make you, all right? They're to make you go off the path. All right. So going on, it says, but after that I am risen, I will go before you into Galilee. But Peter said unto him, although all shall be offended, yet will I not. Because that was Peter's mindset, you know. And Yahushua said unto him, verily I say unto you, that this day, even this night, before the cock crow twice, thou shalt deny me thrice, 3 times. But he spake more vehemently, if I should die with thee, I will not deny thee in any wise. Likewise also said they all. Why? Because in their mind, that was the spirit. That was like, this is what I'm saying. Like, regardless of what happens, this is what's in my mind to do. But this is how we know that it's not of us. Because for prophecy's sake, Peter had to be into that zone, on that state of not even remembering what he said to Yahushua, but denying him, because he had to do it for prophecy's sake. Okay. And they came to a place which is called Gethsemane, which means oil press. All right. And like the Apostle Gabar always goes into, man, it was because Yahushua was pressed in the spirit, man. And he saith unto his disciples, sit ye here while I shall pray. And when he taketh with him Peter and James and John, and began to be sore amazed, and to be very heavy. Okay. And saith unto them, my soul is exceeding sorrowful unto death. Tarry ye here and watch. So they look, man, even the demons, Yahushua was heavy in the mind, man. Okay. He said, my soul is exceeding sorrowful unto death, man. Okay. And they hadn't physically like come up to grab him yet, but he knew what was going to happen. Okay. And he went forth a little and fell on the ground and prayed that if it were possible, the hour might pass from him. Why? Because that anxiety hit, man. Them demons started coming, man. And you best believe, knowing a man like Yahushua, it wasn't 1 or 2 or 3. They came probably with the whole squad, man. All right. They all of them came, man. They said, nah, we gotta do it here, man. We gotta get on here. Okay. And he said, Abba, Father, all things are possible unto thee. Take away this cup from me. Nevertheless, not what I will, but what thou wilt. Okay. That right there, that was the spirit in Yahushua speaking, man. All right. That is this right here. This is where we learn from. Okay. This is where we draw our energy from, because we understand that, look, regardless of how it feels and what we want, it's not about us. We didn't end up in this situation because of us, and we're not going to make it out because of us. We're going to make it out because of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. And if he says the only way to make it out is by trusting in him and going through whatever he has said, so be it, man. Okay, so be it. But keep in mind, it's not about us. It's about Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Once you think too much and you start, letting them demons plague your mind of, oh shit, that anxiety will kick in and it will defeat you before you even start the fight. So I say this to say, because I'm going to end it here. All right. You have all these agents and all these, especially Esau coming. All right. You setting up people like Vocab Malone and all that, man, trying to say all these different things. Okay. Guess what, man? It is all set up by the Heavenly Father anyway. Okay. So as these times approach and they draw very, very near, guard against that fear and then that anxiety, man, because them demons will use that as the heavy way to get you, man. And you will see a lot of people fall out before that ultimate time even hits, man. Okay, because they were defeated in spirit before they were defeated in the flesh. All right, and that's not something you want to be. You don't want to go down to somebody who went down that path, man. Okay, but like I said, for lack of time, Salakia, I'm gonna have to stop it here. Okay, Lord's will, this is edifying unto the elect. If it be the Lord's will, Lord willing, maybe later on I'll continue it, or get back on here again. But with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.